welcome to the Bunger Show, brought to you by Okanagan Springs. It's a kick-ass beer. What the hell can I say? Oh, and the Black Rocks. You know, I go into bars all the time, so God damn it, why don't you have the best black beer in town? So, oh, you know, we love Okanagan Springs. We just haven't ordered the black. Damn it, get the black in, because that's really what's working. Hey, how come you guys aren't drinking black? Oh my God, she's drinking one of those awful other brands. The poor thing. We'll turn her on to the black, and then she'll be rocking it.
After the baby comes.
After the baby.
All right. This
no, it's
is
good
Bunker
for
Project Podcast, episode number 137.
Really? I feel so young. 37. No? All right, forget it. Look, I'm getting a lot of evil eyes in this room. Obviously, our demographic is a little higher than I thought.
Wow.
Yeah.
That felt flattered in that other lady's beer.
That's funny. That's what a client said to me after I totally...
Keep drinking, man.
Wow. All I have to say is, wow, Bob.
It's the 100 that kills you.
True. Anyways. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I forgot. I thought we were in the middle of the show.
Right.
Holy crap.
So today we're going to talk about, we got a podcasting question from Ricky, one of our listeners and meetup members. And we'll go over that. And Michael Stelzner said that at the Social Media World Conference that podcasting is the next big thing for 2013. So we're going to go around the round table and we're going to ask everybody, what do you think is the next big thing for social media, new media, or marketing?
Oh, can I go first?
You can.
There's these devices, right? And you put a piece of paper in, and they've got these things you hit, and a big metal thing comes and it pounds through a piece of saturated ink ribbon, and it leaves a mark on the white paper, or you can add different color papers. It's freaking awesome, man. And then if you hit multiple, and then they've got this other thing at the bottom, if you hit, and it puts a space between the letters, and you can actually write messages with it. Then, get this, you can put it in another white paper device and put a thing the government gives you, and then you put it in an area, and somebody picks it up and takes it somewhere, wherever you say you want it to go, like, you know, down the road to my friend's house, and they'll put it in that guy's house. That's amazing.
I've read about that in a museum.
This is gonna revolutionize marketing, guarantee you.
Doesn't some guy ride it on a horse?
Yeah. The internet does not stand a chance with technology like
next
this.
they're going to be bringing back the horses.
Well, I like the Evernote Moleskine actual notepad.
Yes.
Yeah, that's new. You can put little stickers next to your notes that you write and take a picture of it, and then those stickers become the tags in your Evernote.
Well, there you go.
But with all the pigeons in town, I think that mail idea you had there would solve two problems with one stone.
Could be. Yeah, homing pigeons.
That's what they need to do with all those unemployed pigens. Right?
Yeah, but some of those pigeons are so fat, can they still fly?
Yeah,
They can waddle. You know, all these pigeons running around
That's
town.
because they're unemployed.
Yeah.
What about the telegraph, man?
Oh, man,
has
now you're
arthritis
getting
by
to
now.
me. Now you get
Telex.
Zeros and ones, dots and dashes. Stop! You're making me hot.
I think I've started a tsunami of irrelevant chatter. It's awesome. Yeah.
So let's start.
Okay,
Very good at that, Bob.
I think
All right.
we need to go over the
I'll
rules.
say-
We need to go over the rules.
Yes.
Whenever there's a diversion, you have to take a drink. Be prepared.
Yeah, I'm almost finished.
Not really prepared.
That was like a half a liter right
So that's
there.
the digression game. Whenever we go on a
Yeah.
digression.
How about we try and get through the round table with fewer digressions since we have so many people.
Yeah, we have a lot of people, so we're going to go really quick.
Okay, so hi, my name's Bob Garlic, and the big new, totally great thing that everybody's going to be pissed off I said is Google Glass. Yeah, I said it first.
I want one.
I don't know if I want one.
Oh, I
Okay,
do.
moving on.
Oh, that's right.
Sanj?
Sorry. Sanj, baby.
Sanj Sukarkar, Genesis Designs, at Genesis Designs. I think for social media, the next big thing is video. I'll leave it at that.
Nicely done.
Hi, everyone. Randall Orser at Number Crunchers. The next big thing, God only knows. It changes every 5 seconds. I'm just getting used to Facebook.
Bonnie.
Bonnie Sainsbury at B Sainsbury on Twitter. The next big thing is Google Hangouts, which Margaret and I do. Women Talking Tech.
Nice.
Margaret Reynolds, BC_insurance gal, also Women Talking Tech. The next big thing is Women Talking Tech.
Whoa.
Wow, what a shameless plug. This is Ian, better half of Social Content Group here, talking about LinkedIn.
Yes.
Ambrose Merrill at Strategy Works CA. I'm going to have to defer to what everyone else says. I'm afraid I haven't got a clue what the next big thing would be, except I don't agree that it's going to be video.
Micah from White Way IT Solutions. As geek, I'm not social, so I'm not the best person to ask, but I think I can agree with video.
Hello, everyone. My name is Paula at White Way Media, and you can find me on Twitter at White Way Media. And I think the two big things for me right now, of course, is LinkedIn. I think it's going to come back because it's the best underutilized tool right now, and 3D printing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, 3D printing.
Hi, everyone. It's Stephanie Michelle Scott of Wildfire Effect Consulting. And I think it's going to be all about the community and the fact that we have more groups of individuals that are using the technologies like Google Glass to think of creative ways of
using it,
enjoying each other's company and their thoughts.
Cool.
Anybody else?
They'll jump in later.
All right.
All right, we got Carlo here.
Hey, Carlo, jump in there, yeah.
Hi, it's Carl. I'm with Sanjay. I think video is going to be the next big thing that's going to happen in quote-unquote social media.
Cool.
Cool.
Which kind of ties in with Google Plus. Yeah.
It kind of already happened, just so you know.
Well, actually, no. What I would have to, I'll preface video with micro videos. Too many people are putting out like these 5-minute videos. And I talk to clients and say, yeah, we're thinking of shooting a bunch of stuff, maybe 15, 20-minute video. And I'm going, are you nuts? A minute. 30 seconds, 15 seconds. That's as long as your video should be.
6 seconds for Vine.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
6
not
seconds.
beta. No beta.
But then you have a lot of them.
And Vine even has a category
Yep.
in the Tribeca Film Festival.
Whoa,
No
really?
way.
Yeah.
Beta?
Well, there, you
Beta
learn
Max?
something new every day.
And what
Wow.
I think the industry makes it far too hard to produce a video that is easily shareable. I today attached a little video of a problem I had to a Microsoft email. It took me almost 25 minutes to convert the thing, and I know what I'm doing. What happens to somebody who doesn't?
You just put it on YouTube and send them a link. That's what I do. I just upload it and it's saved to YouTube. A lot of times you can save to YouTube and you get the link, and you can even make it a private link if it's a confidential thing, and you send it to clients. Hey, what's with this?
But isn't it like a Microsoft
So, oh my God,
problem?
my fly was
Wasn't it
open.
a Microsoft problem?
Well, it's not Microsoft. It's all the people that make the codecs, that make the
Oh,
movies.
okay.
It
Yeah,
just
I-
got to get easier.
Nobody said the next big thing is Windows 8.
Yeah. No one said it was
Windows
Microsoft.
who?
No one ever will.
Well, you know,
I thought Windows Phone was big, no?
history
It
has
will be
it.
next
A big
week.
what? Flop?
No.
Now.
Surface?
Now.
Surface?
Windows Phone will be big in about 3 years.
We need more Windows people here.
Next week,
Kinda like the
Windows
BlackBerry.
Phone
You
is
really
going to
have
be
to be
big.
aggressive in this.
Bonnie's going to make it
BlackBerry
so.
will be up
I'm a
there.
huge Microsoft girl over here, and you can boo me all you want.
Oh,
I
boo.
love,
Me too.
I love Windows 7, but
Yeah.
if you look back, history has it. Great OS flop, great OS flop. Therefore, history tells Windows 8 is going to be disgusting because 7 was awesome.
Yeah, I
What
agree.
was
I
before
love
7?
But what's the difference
Vista.
between 7 and 8
Oh, yeah,
other than
Vista
more
was
money?
pretty good, huh?
It's
Oh, awesome.
3.1
Well, there's a big
was
difference.
great, 3.1 not
It's a
so
schizophrenic
Yeah.
you
operating
know, and
system.
so it goes on.
Similar to Star Wars.
Windows 8's like the new Vista? Is that what it's saying? Okay.
Well,
No, it's two operating systems combined into one without a.
Oh, it's the new and improved Vista.
I like it. I've got a yoga.
I actually
here.
was comparing it to Vista this morning.
I've got
Really?
I've got a yoga, and I like the Metro style interface only when I'm using it in tablet mode, which I hardly ever do. I usually use it as a.
But what about Office 365?
It is
monthly?
friggin' awesome. No,
I switched my...
you haven't seen the
Office
the
365?
stuff you guys haven't seen is gonna blow you away.
Now, it's not
The guys at London Drugs
talked
talked me out of that and Windows 8.
Yeah, but they haven't seen
365.
they haven't seen it yet.
What does
Trust me.
365 stand for, anyways?
It's cloud.
Yeah,
It's called monthly payments to avoid piracy.
What
Oh,
I
yeah.
love with
High monthly payments.
with cloud Microsoft accounts,
Yeah.
Microsoft made the full exchange thing available to everybody for $4 a month.
Oh,
I
that's pretty
now
good.
put calendars in my phone. I put notes in my phone without iCloud, and it syncs to my computer and any other device that I have it for $4 a month.
Wow, you know what? I use Gmail to do all that stuff.
Gmail doesn't do push anymore. So now, with the moment I receive
Yeah,
an
they
email,
gave
it
up.
pops on my
They
phone.
gave up Exchange
They
ActiveSync
changed
support.
that as of January.
That really pissed me off.
Me too.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I switched to Exchange.
Because I'm the kind of person that likes to use everything.
Yes.
I don't want to be just on Google. I don't want to be on iOS or Apple. I want a little bit of both.
spread
I've
the
got the
wealth. Let's face
I got an
it,
iPhone.
we're
I've got,
such
I've got an
nerds.
We're a
Android
bunch of
phone.
application
I've got a
hogs.
Windows 8. I've got a MacBook at home too. and I want them all to work.
You don't have a Chromebook.
So
Yet.
I don't like these walled gardens, everybody trying to say,
know.
oh, you have to use all of my stuff. Make it work.
So I'm the original Google girl. I have one of everything except Google Glass. And I saw, I had a demonstration of everything that Office 365 does, and I think I am moving.
Whoa.
Well, yeah.
You giving everything up and going to Office?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're paying me for 2 months to do that, but after that, I may stay, just from what I've seen.
It worked for Scoble to move over to everything Android, and then they gave him Glass.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I want to be as important as he is, so you get those kind of toys. Wow.
Yeah, well, you got to leverage your Forbes listening
Well, I'm doing that.
and get all sorts of cool
Anyway,
stuff.
I am blown away by Oath 365 and the whole integration with Link, and I'm even going to consider going back to Outlook again.
The only thing I really don't like about the Office 365 subscriptions is that you need a constant internet connection. Most other cloud subscriptions only check in like every 30 days with their server to make sure that you paid your subscription and whatnot. Microsoft is not. You need to have a constant internet connection.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
cloud
only
based.
thing
That's
I do
because of
not
the
like.
piracy. That's what they're. That's why
Yes,
they're
yeah,
doing it.
exactly.
Well, and
Just like
also-
Adobe Creative Cloud, same thing.
Yeah.
Nope,
But
they-
Adobe's once a
nope.
month, man.
Sorry,
Once a
Adobe
month.
checks in once a month. Microsoft every day.
I'm on Adobe Cloud. It's a great system. Once a month.
Yeah.
Okay, so was that a digression or a discussion?
Well,
It's a
I've got more of a
discussion.
question, actually.
Damn, I need a
mean,
drink.
does anyone suggest that maybe the new operating system to really take a look at is the mobile operating system and all the different apps that are starting to be developed for that?
Which mobile operating system?
Which one?
All of them?
I would say Android.
Yeah.
Just because I'm an asshole.
But is Samsung going to leave Android the way it is right now? Probably not.
Samsung is really embracing Tizen because
Yeah.
they want to have their own
cousin of
marketplace. Because
Tarzan.
Apple's been so successful with owning the ecosystem, and now Samsung wants to.
Yeah, and
mirror
Google
that.
will have their own devices, and then that'll kill all these other guys anyway.
Yep.
Well, I
That's
have
one of
a
the
Google
reasons why I
device.
like Android, because I'm not tied to.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you fence me in, I'm gone.
But
Some
you're a
people are into
Samsung girl.
bondage. Come
I
on.
cannot be contained.
And applications come out first on Android versus the iPhone because of the
Do they?
yes, because of the restrictions that iPhone has, and they want more money
Longer
from the
testing.
application.
Yeah, but they still
Well,
don't have as many apps.
the big apps come through on iOS first.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Here-
It's
Yeah,
BlackBerry
they
that
do.
gets them last.
Here's what I
For now, yeah.
Here's
Actually,
what
Windows.
I would like is a perfect hybrid between regular OS and app. Because
Okay.
that is what I would like. Because like I have an iPhone and I love my iPhone, so I do this whole app thing on my iPhone, and that works great for me. But then I want a computer where I have my file system, I can transfer my files, all stuff that a regular OS does. It would be awesome to have both integrated with each other. That I do not, but not to the full functionality as the two apart.
You have to be on the mic, Ian. Ian, on the mic.
You can run an emulator. You can run any operating system you want. What do you want to run?
But if I put where would you put the emulator? Like on
I mean,
what?
there's software to run anything. I mean, on the Apple I can run Windows. I can run Linux.
Right,
I
and
can run
then
anything.
you have no USB port. You have no network card. You have no.
There is a USB port on it, USB 3. What are you looking?
But you have no network card.
I don't need a network card. It's wireless, or you can plug something in to do a network. It's not a big deal.
Well, on here, I run BlueStacks on my Windows machine, and I can get all my Android apps using
I didn't know
BlueStack.
that one.
So yeah, it's BlueStack, and it's free for now, anyways, and you just load it.
Yeah, there's
and-
lots of emulators out there.
Yeah, it's an Android emulator.
Right, but
which
an
is-
because-
emulator is exactly that. It is an emulator.
Well,
is
it depends on
not
the
a
hardware.
Native.
It depends on the hardware. If the hardware is
it's a-
fast, you won't tell the difference anyway. There's very little difference. Actually, I would argue it's probably faster in some
I've
cases.
only
Depends what
used
you wanna
it
do.
for Angry Birds. Actually, to tell you the truth,
Oh, here it comes.
and it works perfectly.
Angry Birds, really, man?
I love that.
Well, the whole thing started when I saw on Windows in the Windows Marketplace.
Oh yeah, you didn't want to
That-
pay for Angry Birds. Yeah.
Angry Birds
Okay.
was like $8. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I love it.
That's not what she was asking
So
about.
I
man.
downloaded it on my Android phone for free, and then I loaded BlueStacks, and all of a sudden I had it here, and it works perfect.
Oh, I should try that out.
Yeah, I didn't. Yes, that's cool.
If you don't want to pay for Angry Birds, Andrew's the guy to talk to.
Yeah. You want to
Why
save a
don't you
chunk
just
of
download
change.
it from the Chrome store?
Yeah, you can play it on
Yeah.
your laptop that way.
They don't have Angry Birds Star Wars. Yeah.
Oh,
It's a specific Angry
We
Birds.
should have known.
I
You
wanted
really
to
didn't
do
want to
this.
pay him that couple of bucks for it, man? Come on.
They got the
It was
lightsabers.
$8.
James
No,
is going to be
it-
so pissed off because this is his territory.
I know. He,
Oh, yeah, we
he
done
may as
game with
well
James.
Chose
just-
chose to watch a hockey game over us, so
And we
James
did
can just
That's
bite
the
us.
old-
we did
ultimate-
gaming
the
with
ultimate.
James without him.
Poor.
We will do again.
I think
with
it was
James
better.
segment.
We'll do more. We'll do more.
All right, so we've got
Show
a
notes.
question.
Was that our round table? Yeah, only half an hour. Not
No, we
bad.
finished the round table actually a while ago.
We finished the round table about 10, 20 minutes ago.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
got a question from Ricky. Let's play that
Ricky.
now.
Ricky.
Ricky.
Daddy blogger.
Oh, I
Can't hear it.
Which is not a big deal.
That's okay. It's coming up. I can kind of hear it. Is it coming?
We can't hear it.
What is it?
We can't hear it.
Hang on. Still playing it. Almost finished.
So you didn't hear anything?
So what was that about?
He wants to start a podcast and he wants your help.
Oh, you did hear it.
Something about Danny Glover, what?
No, he's a daddy blogger and he
okay.
wants to have a podcast and get lots of listeners.
Oh, how
He
much
wants
is
to
your
help.
consulting an hour?
Yeah, so he
$2.25.
actually he said he
Well,
wants
Andrew's
to.
free, and I'm very expensive. So
Well, what he said was, this is how he worded it. He says he wants to start a podcast for cheap, and he wants to know how he can do it for cheap, and he wants Bob and I to be the first guests because we're both daddies, and that's how he's going to get the consulting for free.
Daddies?
why doesn't he just listen to our show? I think it's show
I think you guys are
3 and
smarter
show
than that.
27.
No, I'm just
Andrew
kidding.
gives it away for free all the time.
I'm just kidding.
And he also
I knew there-
advises.
I knew
for
there was a
free
reason I
on
liked
others.
Andrew.
I know.
Ouch.
I know.
Yeah.
If you're not careful, it's an apartment, man.
So does that make him a multiple daddy then?
Multiple something.
Not yet, but we'll see.
Not as far as he knows.
There is potential.
There is potential. There's always
Drop the
potential.
soap in his apartment, whatever you do.
Anyways.
So that's what
So he
that's
wants
So
free consulting.
He just wants to know.
As long
he
as you
wants
drop
us to
the soap.
explain on the show.
Tell him there's this really cool thing called Google.
Yeah, can
Please?
I do it? Because I know
No,
how.
but it's content.
No,
for the show.
you could go to he could go to Podcast Dance Man. He's what, like 280 shows, so that's only 280 hours. He could listen, and then it'd be no problem.
Yeah, or the
He'd
School
be
of
really good at-
Podcasting, schoolofpodcasting.com.
and Google
Amazing.
Plus community.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that community is
Podcasting?
awesome.
Well, if you're more advanced, I mean, really.
Oh, no.
The people that jump in there, the answers you get. If you're a newbie and you say, "Oh, what's the best mic to get?" And then for the
Oh,
next
yeah,
6 goddamn months, you're going to be getting, "Oh, hey, by the way, this is a better mic actually." Or, oh, hang on, there's a deal on this
Isn't that
mic.
what you do, Bob?
That's what Andrew did today. Oh, by the way, the Heil PR40 is really hot. You should get it. It's an amazing deal. You did an ad for Heil
Oh
PR40
yeah, I
today.
did that. I
Today.
actually I saw a post on Google Plus where Google introduced linking your Blogger account with Google Plus. So I just tried it out. I started a Blogger blog, put a couple posts up, and then when people comment on Google Plus, it appears on your Blogger blog, and when people comment on
That's nice.
on your Google your blog, it appears in your Google Plus on the same post on Google Plus.
So then can
and
you-
circles still apply. So if I left a comment to the Bunker Project circle saying some snarky remark about somebody that's not in the Bunker Project, they wouldn't see it.
And then you could
Even on their own post, or in their own blog post.
So then you could do
Everybody
an
else
R-
could see something that they can.
It's gonna be awesome for
Is
porn.
is there a book, podcasting for dummies?
There is.
Yes, there is.
It was written though
But
in
it's already
2005.
out of date.
Yes.
It
If
was
it's a
by
book,
T.
it's out
Morris.
of date. That's the rule.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
If it's a Kindle, it may be out of date.
See, we're total newbies, and we go into the podcast community on Google Plus, and we understand that stuff, don't we? And we're blondes.
Yeah, but you know what? Your show though kind of gives
You're techie blonde.
women
It's
talking tech. Come on.
Yeah, come on.
But
We're
we
just
don't talk.
talking it.
podcast
know
tech.
it.
We're not actually doing it.
Or knowing
We
it.
don't actually know anything. We just talk about it.
Yeah, just like lots of other
You know,
people
say,
in the room.
We have technical problems starting our show just like anybody else does. We, you know.
Yep. I know.
So,
But they're good ones.
so do you want to like briefly go over that stuff, the cheap way to podcast?
Sure. Actually, go out there, go to a store and get one of those headphones with a boom mic, and it has a
Logitech.
Logitech with
from Future. I mean, from
with the
London
USB
Drugs.
with the USB, because that's like the cheapest thing you can get, like $39-$40.
Staples cheaper
Pl-
than Future Shop.
Don't shop
No,
it in
London
Future
Drugs.
Shop.
London
Drugs
Drugs.
because
London Drugs or
15-day, no questions asked.
Staples, yeah.
Bring it back so the
London
headphones
Drugs.
don't work. Yeah, definitely, 100% London Drugs. But
Or-
anyways,
or
if you're
Costco.
not in this area, if you're not in Canada, it has to be a USB sound card built in because it's the way to go. You can plug it into any computer. It works, no hassle. You plug it in. You start a Google Hangout, and it'll record if you want to do video, and it'll record it automatically to YouTube. So that's how you can do your
But you
video
gotta check
for
your,
nothing,
you
for
gotta-
basically the price
you
of the
gotta
headset.
check your settings.
Yeah, but that's not a podcast. We have to
yeah,
clarify
but
that.
you know, just starting out. But
the
the little thing is when
yes.
when you're doing Google Plus, always check your settings because sometimes it will go back to default and
Sorry
not and not catch your USB mic, and it'll be using
Yep.
your laptop one. So you do have to check that because even though you
Yeah, you
say
just set your
save
settings.
settings, it doesn't
No.
always save.
Yeah,
Very
well,
true.
that's
That
just
happened to me
settings.
last week.
Really? Okay,
That's
but
pretty
we're
basic.
just talking about the cheapness. We're not talking about the technical side, right? So then once you've uploaded to YouTube, which once again is free, you get a link, and that link is what you put embed that into your blog using WordPress, which is free again, and then that's how you get your RSS connection. Then it becomes a podcast, right?
No.
No, come
'cause
on,
that's
it's
a
an
video.
RSS feed. That's a
It's
definition of a
still the
podcast.
video, Bob.
It's
Video-
a video. It's video,
video-
on the web. It's video on the web. It's not
We
a
call
podcast
it a
because even if you
webcast.
have an RSS feed tied to your blog, it's not going to
not a
enclose that
podcast.
video. And
Ah.
Google.
How do you do it?
So you
Okay.
strip out the. You could strip out the
so you
audio.
need. So you can strip out the audio and
There
then
you go.
host it somewhere and
Yep.
then create a podcast that way.
Yeah.
Where's that funky place you guys used to?
But he
Libsyn.
asked for cheap or free, so we're going to go over that.
Well, and that's pretty damn cheap because Libsyn you got to pay for. Oh, you SoundCloud.
$5 starts at $5 a month for Libsyn.
But you got to watch some of those cheap ones because then if he gets a huge spike in a lot of listeners, he's going to end up with a huge bill. So
No.
you know,
No,
No?
they would just shut you down your account. But like if you try and use
It just wouldn't exist.
if you use your web host as your media host,
Well, I
S3.
was just gonna say, if you
Put
have
it
a
on-
website, why don't you just FTP it? Throw it on your website.
because they don't
The
they,
files are
If
too
it's
big.
unlimited.
your web host is going to say they advertise unlimited bandwidth and unlimited,
But they don't
But
give it
it's
to you.
it's meant for hosting your files that are used on your website. So if a
Dump
visitor
it.
comes to your website and plays a video, you can have your video hosted there. But if you then syndicate it to iTunes and to
Yeah.
to
And
everywhere
30,000
else,
people download it.
and then your show becomes popular, and you've got 100 episodes that are downloaded 5,000 times or 50,000 times. They're going to say, "Wait a minute, you didn't pay for this bandwidth."
Well, but the idea is that he gets to get it started.
Yes.
Right? If you get
So you
big,
could do
if
that.
you get out there,
But
yeah,
I
you
wouldn't do
it
that.
cheap.
I wouldn't even do that. If you want to do it for free, use archive.org.
Who's that?
Shaun of the Dead.
Angry Birds Man is here.
Yeah, they kicked him out
Yeah,
of
use
the bar again.
archive.org. You can use as a media hosting company, and it's not as reliable as Libsyn or Blueberry, but it's free and it's fairly quick, but it's not as reliable. You might not some of your listeners might not be able to get your show when they want to. They might have to wait 15, 20 minutes or something like that. So it's not too big a deal. But
And who wants to wait these days for anything?
Right?
So
Wow.
isn't there? Is it Facebook? Where's Spreaker?
Spreaker.
Yeah. What's that?
So there's a whole bunch of them. There's Spreaker. There's SoundCloud. There's all these new ones coming out.
Audio Boo.
There's Blog Talk Radio.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah. Blog Talk Radio.
That's not
please
free. It's
don't
like
get me
$20
started.
a month or something.
Yeah,
isn't
well,
it?
I mean,
Yeah,
all
Blog
of these
Talk Radio sucks
like
for audio quality.
Spreaker is free for the first. I think I can't remember. I think it's like 30 megabytes or so. It's not very much.
Yeah. Well,
So-
SoundCloud's pretty good now.
SoundCloud has
a hell of a
come
buck.
down in price big time. It's like €9 for
Which is like
basically unlimited.
50 cents
30
Canadian.
hours of audio content per
Wow, that's pretty good.
But
per
why-
week.
Per
So
week.
even
Yeah, I know.
Twit could
It's
run on
crazy.
that.
If
Yeah,
it's
that's crazy.
euros, is that a European server, or do they
No.
have a server here?
They have servers, I think, around the world
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
'Cause
mean,
who would want a European server? upload. Would be
I
a
would,
nightmare.
especially if it was jamming.
Well, you wouldn't worry
It'd be
about the
super
uploads.
efficient.
It would be the downloads.
Oh, but you have to upload it.
Yes. But
So depending how many episodes you have, that could be quite.
but you're only doing one at a time.
Ideally.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at it. It's usually from your end the upload. Their end is. I mean, for me, like I get 50 megabytes download and I get 2.5 megabytes upload.
But-
And if I go to Roger and say, hey, how come I can't get 50 megabytes upload? They laugh. Nice try. So.
But then you're lucky. It's usually 10% up versus down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But
you're
I-
lucky having a 2.5.
Well, I beat those guys up all the time, and I've got a hub just down the road from me. I mean, I phone them up. So where's the closest hub? And so, oh wow, it's a
When-
block and a half away. I said, great, I'll take it.
When I first came to Canada, I really cried because 6 years ago, when I left Germany, at home I had a 50 meg down, 5 megs up line.
Hey,
at
you're
home.
our second German.
So I
German
came
maybe.
to Canada and I had like a 8 Mbit line. I was like, why are you
Yeah,
doing
but this country's well, it's a third. Canada is a third world country. As far as internet is concerned. No, really, it is.
Yep.
If you compare Canada,
To
And
South
cell
Korea.
phone plans.
well, cell phone plans,
I like that
internet
actually.
access, content in general, we are basically have
Bad
third world
politicians.
status. That's that. Everybody's got a
That's
bad
universal.
politician. I mean, that's You
Yeah.
got to be bad to be a politician.
So how did
sorry,
we,
you're too
in
good, you
the
can't be
end,
a
how are we
politician.
doing this podcast?
So
Okay.
actually, Bob
See,
Because
this
I
is what
want to
happens.
start a podcast.
Bob recommends the headset mic, but I actually don't. I like the for a starter mic. I recommend the Audio Technica ATI.
Is that
But
the
is
one
that
you had
free?
last
That
time?
is a good deal.
That's the one I had here last time.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
that
That
was good
is an
deal.
awesome deal.
Right
Yeah,
now
and
on
it's
Amazon,
a dynamic mic.
It's a dynamic mic. It's $35. I think it's actually $33 now on
Jeez,
Amazon.
I can't even give the damn thing away.
And it's a USB and XLR mic,
Yeah.
so you can
It's
plug it into your
expandable.
computer using
So,
USB.
Andrew, you're going to put a
Or your
link to that
camera.
in the show notes?
Yeah, I'll put a link. In the
Sure,
show notes.
absolutely.
And it's cool looking, not like our headset, which are clunky and mess your hair
And
up.
mess your hair up.
Yeah.
That's it. Here, it's a
You know,
fashion
just,
thing.
Just
Well.
for the record, you can get behind the ear headsets. Just saying.
Yeah, true,
So
true,
they
true.
do not mess your hair up.
Okay.
Or you can get aerobic constructor headsets, which are so cool.
Which ones are those ones?
Hey
Well, they
guys,
basic-
I just want to jump in for a second
here it
because we've
comes.
heard like really great terms like dynamic and all of these things, but there are a lot of people
Spherical.
listening that don't understand that stuff.
Sphincter.
So there's a few different types of microphones.
And other technical terms used in
The second show.
That's where the spherical goes in the sphincter.
He's such a sphincter.
So the microphones that you most commonly find in radio stations are condenser microphones, and they're really good quality. They have like a nice range in the audio, but they pick up everything, and they have them in the studios because they've got a soundproof room, and they sound great.
But DJs use this type of mic, or the sister to this mic.
But if you listen to a podcast that uses that's recorded in someone's home with a condenser microphone, you can hear the reverb in
Oh,
the
yeah, the
wall.
kids
you
running
can hear-
around.
You can hear it's almost
Neighbors
like
screaming.
they're in a
Gunshots down the street.
kind of an auditorium effect.
Where the fuck do
Where do you live, Bob?
And I don't know. I wasn't
Where
even
the
listening.
fast internet was. Everything else is irrelevant.
your husband farting in the background. You know.
And
So, to fans,
yeah,
if you can
so
hear.
it's- so
Yeah.
a dynamic mic.
Dynamic.
The fall off
Massive.
is
When he says
massive.
fall
Like
off,
if I-
that's
if I'm
an
over
inch.
here-
Which is why with these mics you need to be right
Yeah.
on.
You gotta be
them
right
and
on
Yeah.
the
for
mic.
people
It's
to
called
hear.
eating the
Right
mic.
on the mic.
Like we're about an inch away.
Yeah.
Kiss that
Yeah,
mic.
you got to be right on it.
That's why we have condoms on all our mics.
Safe miking, eh?
Exactly. You know, you never know what's going to happen. And we soak these babies in a chloroform.
I thought that smell was you.
Speaking of chloroform, did you see the video for that nap time? They did a spoof. They did a commercial. It was a spoof commercial for nap time, and it's like chloroform in a bottle for kids.
Oh.
It works.
It works.
Do you want to change this to parenting?
That's a
tips
good
101?
idea. That's a great idea because
Send me
if
the
we
link.
have,
We're having our child in July.
The best way to do is take your, in your furnace room, you've got those big filters to use for getting the dust out. You just soak that sucker in chloroform every morning, put it in, and run to the door. And you come back. I mean, a lot of dinner's not ready and stuff like that. But when you get back, I mean, nobody has touched your shit. And at the end of the day, being a guy, that's important.
hey, when we get a really disruptive person in here
Like
that
me.
just won't shut up, what we can do
Mute the mic.
is we can soak his
Beer.
what's it called, the windscreen.
Oh, yeah.
Windscreen?
Yeah.
The
Screen.
We could just shoot 'em up with
soak
heroin or
soak it in
something, too.
chloroform, and then just say, "Hey, you got to be right on the mic, right on the mic, right on the mic," and then
Boom. Oh, here we go.
On with the show.
They'll wake up out
I
in the
hate to
alley.
tell you this, but I snore.
What's that? No, that's why we use dynamic mics in the show. It cuts out all the snoring. Anyway, so that's a very long-winded explanation of why you should have a dynamic mic.
So what's the short version?
Should buy one.
Sounds better.
Does it
Short
say
version-
dynamic?
Which one, though?
Short version
Don't
is
ask
stay away
questions.
from condenser mics unless
Yeah.
you want to soundproof your house.
I vote we go on to the next topic. I think that
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Okay.
sure.
Next topic.
All
We
right.
beat this to
Yeah,
death.
we
Have
voted
we?
for things like that before.
Bludgeon
Let's see if
did
it'll
us
happen.
like this.
Okay, so
Poor
the
dead
so
horse.
to close off the podcasting thing on the cheap, don't do it on the cheap. Spend a little bit of
Yeah.
money.
And when
hire-
a little bit of money
hire
is
an
like
expert.
$20 a month. Is that a little bit of money?
Yeah.
$20 a month? You could do it for $20 a month, right?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't hire you
That's
guys for
pocket.
Get a
$20
good-
bucks a month.
Get
Quit being cheap. Just
Get a-
hire the good
Just
guys.
hire Bob.
a decent microphone and yeah.
rent a studio. There you go. Done.
Exactly. I have this awesome sound studio you can get. It's only $750 an hour.
There you go.
You get great sound.
But we don't really want to sit on your toilet in your bathroom, Bob.
Hey, for $750,
You
I
mean your
clean
car?
it.
Is that in your car? Is that what you're renting?
I Febreze $750. There you go.
Okay, but
Lovely.
while we're on the topic of podcasting, there's still in the show notes a couple more things here.
Okay.
Social Media Examiner conducted a study, and they found that only 3% of marketers are currently using podcasting as part of their marketing.
And I think
mix.
we know why.
What, they're all using Facebook?
But you know who else is using it for promotion? Okanagan Springs.
Yes.
One of our sponsors.
Yes, they're very smart.
Yeah, so they're smart, they're happening, and they're cool. And they have
Best
good beer.
black beer going.
And it is awesome beer.
It is killer.
Yeah. 32% want to learn how to podcast.
I thought you can say 30% alcoholism. No wonder I'm
24%
pissed.
of those who are podcasting want to increase their podcasting activity. And that's a total of an 8 times increase.
Is that good?
Well, I mean, if
it was
it's
50,
good
I
for
guess it'd be
it's
better.
good for the podcast answer man.
That'd be awesome for him.
Yeah.
For us,
And why is podcasting exploding? There's over 1 billion smartphone users.
oh my God.
Still in the United States, almost half. They just passed the
Sadly,
halfway
only a
point.
small percentage of them are smart.
Well, the phone is smart for sure.
They're saying
The owners
smartphones, not owners.
It's not smart users. That's the next big
I think it was
technical leap.
it was
smart
like
guys.
If not, I'd be out of the business. Are you kidding me?
Oh wow, I can do that with this phone. It's amazing. Hello.
it was about a week ago. A week ago in the U.S., the number of smartphones finally outnumbered the number of feature phones.
Oh,
Yes, I
and
saw that.
You were telling me about that totally cool app you can use in your smartphone. You put this app in, right? And then you get your other friend to put the app in. And then you can go, hi, this is Bob, what's going
We're
on?
gonna
And then
do it
and then
later.
they stop and you can't talk when they're talking and then fine. And it's best to say like Roger or over so they know when you finish talking so you can talk. And this you can use your smartphone to do that. It's amazing.
I know. I was telling my friend about it. He goes, "Wouldn't you just call them?"
Actually,
like
No.
it's different.
That's
It's
fun.
it's totally
You
different.
could be in your tent in your apartment
make too much
and
sense.
stuff.
Your
It's like,
little
it's like-
cushion fort.
Exactly.
It's like-
That's what it's,
it's like-
for.
It's texting by voice.
yes.
Yeah.
and it's because
It's
they
voicing.
don't have to answer right away.
I like that.
No,
So-
it's awesome. It's like
It just-
comparing a phone call to like Mike or Nextel.
Yeah.
Or Betty.
It's a two-way
Well,
radio.
You
You
mean
know-
it's like
well,
a CB radio, sort of?
Yeah.
You know,
Just
how-
like
Something.
But it's more than that.
Breaker.
It's more
This is
than that.
iPhone 4.
It's more like it's a two-way radio with groups because you can send
You
messages
got a
to
smoky
groups.
on your back.
So it's
get
kind
an
of like a
Android on
pager,
your
but
back.
it's a phone?
You know how in
No,
fashion
it's not.
they always
Let Mikey talk.
You know how in fashion you always bring like the style from 60 years ago back because you run out of ideas? Is that happening for smartphones now? They bring CB
It's
radios
ret-
back because they
It's
know what else to
retro.
do?
Exactly.
Well, I think
Either no, it's
partially it's because we hate typing on those fucking
Yeah,
virtual
that's
keyboards.
right.
Well, if you have an iPhone, just dictate it.
well, actually,
Well,
if
if
an
you have
Android,
an Android,
dictating.
just dictate
You
it.
can dictate it. I can dictate
well,
on my
Android,
Android
it dictates
too.
faster.
But the
Oh,
thing,
or a
Apple-
keyboard.
It's for an Apple. My wife, the geek,
My
found
idea.
it for me. That's the only reason why I have an Apple is because she found me a Bluetooth keyboard.
Wow.
Because she's totally anti-touchscreen.
Really?
She has
Because
her
it gets
Bluetooth.
dirty?
And
Because
my-
my wife hates because it gets all
Because I can't
grunchy?
stand having to go back.
What's
You
that?
got to get the BlackBerry
Sausage
Z10.
finger syndrome. You hit like the wrong keys all the
The
time.
BlackBerry
Oh,
Z10, you don't have to worry
BlackBerry.
about that.
Yeah, I
would
hear they're
let her buy
bringing the
BlackBerry.
keyboard back. That's what I
She
hear.
wouldn't
Well,
allow me
yeah,
to get
then
a
The
Blackberry.
Q10's coming out.
The Q10 is selling like hotcakes.
Wouldn't let
That's,
me get
that's
it.
what kids
In
want.
the
They're
UK.
bringing
Because they text.
sexy back.
But with the Z10, with texting on the Z10
No, it's
or
not
emailing,
just
you only have to start the first word. and then you're flicking the rest of the words up. It's
Speaking of-
the most amazing thing.
Speaking of texting, I've seen an article somewhere, and I can't even remember how it was called, but your entire keyboard was in one line. Have you guys seen that?
That
No.
sounds very confusing.
So it's
That's weird.
some very, very creative algorithm that somehow figures out what you're typing, but your entire keyboard is in one line at the
Wow.
bottom of your screen. You don't even have to think. You just type away, and
Next
somehow
thing it's going to be saying
calculates.
Hal.
Oh.
I don't think you want to say that.
Yeah. I
Wait
saw
till they're
that a
driving
couple
and
years
using
ago.
that.
It basically what it does, it would base. It had an algorithm. It based on your keywords that you did a lot of time, and if you miss the key on your flat screen, it would say, "Oh no, he didn't mean that one. He meant a T."
He meant the
and
one beside it. Exactly.
and he corrects it based on it all. It was amazing, and the more you use it, it's
So all of a sudden, rather than using half of your screen on your phone when you try to type on your touchscreen, it's just this little line at the bottom, and you type away. It was absolutely
Well, the
fascinating.
BlackBerry keyboard on the
But you don't
Z10
flick
is
like you do on it.
is
Well, is BlackBerry a sponsor? Just out of curiosity.
no, but
No.
no, but I like BlackBerry.
I would have never guessed.
Yeah,
I actually like the black.
actually, I
Andrew
like all
likes them
platforms.
all.
I like all the platforms.
Good, someone does anyway.
Yeah,
But he's the expert.
Andrew's a technology slut. Let's face it.
yeah.
Yeah, Andrew has to know them all.
I mean,
though.
he gets so excited at the newest
But
app and the newest
it's-
this and that. I get constantly.
But it is awesome because your eyes are naturally going to the next
constipated?
word that you want, and it puts say if you're saying hi, and you type in H on above the I, it's going to be hi. But if above the E, it also shows simultaneously hello. So you're going to the E, you just flick it up, and then
Yeah, but Android
you're
does that.
no, it doesn't.
Well, it does with the voiceover.
No,
if
it does not.
If I, no, not for the keyboard thing, but if I do a voiceover, hi Andrew, what the hell's going on? What's the new cool app? And then it'll mess up a couple words, so I'll just click on that messed up word, and it'll go, oh, you probably meant, and they give me 5 or 6 other options, and I go, oh, I meant that. And sometimes it's a
But
string
Bob,
of
what
3
if
or
you're
4 words.
dyslexic? How does that work?
Well,
Does it miss?
it works better.
Does it misspell them for you?
No, that's the thing is I am so dyslexic. If I use voice for my text, it's more accurate than me actually typing. Isn't that weird?
isn't
Get
that
Dragon's
get
off,
the
man.
computer
Driving.
is the computer brain is less dyslexic than I am with my fingers and
isn't
thumbs.
that
It's awesome.
auto
I don't think that's too hard.
No, it's not. No, it's not autocorrect. What it does is, like, I'll say, if you use somebody's name, then it kind of messes up. But you can put short prints. But sometimes you put in an obscure word that they say, "Man, what the hell is this?" So they'll put in another word like avenue, and I said no, avenue or a Y. But on the options, you can press that word that you're not is wrong. And they say, well, we guessed.
You
So
know-
obviously, and they'll give me 3 or 4 choices on Android.
I don't mean
and I'll
to
click on
crush your little world, but
No,
T9
crush
was
it.
invented
But
20
she
years
will.
ago.
it. What?
That's called T9 was invented 20 years
It
ago.
worked. That's why it works so well. They've had time to practice.
T9 was on the Motorola Razr
It was on there before that.
even before that.
Okay, but you have an Android phone. Why don't you just talk to it?
I do. That's what I mean. I talk to it, and then
Thinks it's too cold.
The only
Sometimes-
problem is it's talking back now.
no. But what I'm saying is when you talk to your
Doesn't talk
phone,
nice back to him.
yeah, exactly.
In his
Wow.
child's voice.
Bob, what the fuck are you trying to type?
Yeah, exactly.
Bob, wake up. That's not right.
When you speak, it's dyslexic.
Get rid of the dyslexia.
No, I just talk to it and then I send it out
Yeah, but
spelling
some-
errors and all. And you know what? People know what I'm talking about.
I just
Oh,
can't.
shit, she
I'm
can't spell
telling
with
you.
a damn.
That
No, people are-
dictating,
It's like, Bonnie, did you mean to say fuck off?
that dictating feature was the only reason why I bought the iPhone 5 because I'm in the car fairly often. So I
you can
hook
dictate.
up my phone Bluetooth to my car and I just tell it to send, God knows, a text message, and it reads my text messages to me. Which,
Yeah, it's nice.
Which
Yeah,
I really like in
Android's
the
got-
i5.
Yeah, well,
Talking.
they can all do that. It's the thing
No, they
that
can, yeah.
society or the general public don't know it can do that or don't believe it can do that. Technology is so far beyond what the average consumer can comprehend. That's the problem.
You know, but what do they think
got
the
a
little
cell phone
speaker
somehow.
is?
5 or 6 years, everybody be into it.
Yeah,
Oh, the
it
little
takes-
microphone.
It takes time for people to adopt.
Yeah,
to adopt.
just
Mine
like the
has a
betas.
little microphone at the top. Can't you just sort of figure out that a microphone means maybe you can speak at it?
No, people don't.
People can't figure out how to use a lot of things.
They're
Don't-
not sure
don't-
if it's a
Don't draw the
speaker or
conclusion
a
that way.
People have to be shown. People have to be shown.
Okay.
Okay, so Paula,
That's me.
yeah, you suggested a topic.
All right.
The law needs to catch up with social media.
Oh, don't get us started on that. Oh, my God.
Oh,
It's a good one. It's a good one. It's
Yes. So in
Brian Burke
Please note that all thoughts and opinions on this show are not necessarily those of the owners
Or the sponsor.
Or the bar.
or the bar.
Didn't the government just say they can't catch up to the internet? Wasn't that they just said Canada? The police like, yeah, we can't handle it.
No, but this is a case
Okay.
with somebody, making defamatory
Yeah,
remarks.
that was the case they were talking about. They were saying,
Oh,
listen,
which
we
one are
can't
we
handle
talking-
the internet. We're sorry.
Hang
That's
on,
what they
hang on.
said after this whole thing with this woman in Nova Scotia.
Isn't that
Well, you're talking about Brian Burke
Yeah,
suing
that's what we're
everybody?
talking about
The
now,
18
yeah.
people, or missed the
He wants to unmask the people
who they were. Yeah,
who said he was having an affair. Yeah.
Well,
With
maybe you
a
should have thought of that
superhero.
before you had the affair.
With Superman.
Oh, see, now you're saying that in public.
19.
You've just been. You're the 19.
You are history, man.
his name is Ian Nethercott, and
At Love Buying
I
Cards.
love buying cars.
Not a problem.
And
I'm
he's
not one
got-
of the ones, but you're an idiot anyway.
And he's got a ton of money, so put him on the top of the list.
Hey, karma's a bitch, I guess, even in social media.
Actually, he did say that he's not interested in seeking damages.
He's going to let his wife do that, right?
Financial damages for himself. He's
For his lawyer.
It's going to go to charity.
Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Okay, so
and his lawyer.
Just so I get this straight, is he upset because he got caught cheating?
No.
Or
well, no, he's saying he never cheated.
The issue is he's upset that people are saying things.
Hey, wait, Mark, wait. Come here.
Hang on, yeah.
In a nutshell, it's very basic. There's people out there that hide behind monikers and names and being anonymous, saying a bunch of things behind his back, and then some media pick it up. And regardless of whatever happened, all he's saying is, if you're going to say something, put your name forward, put your face forward. He wants to unmask these people and say, look, gross pair of balls, put your face forward and say what you want to say.
Can he say balls on the show?
If you can't say it, what's that?
Okay.
No.
Well, he can say
That's
it.
okay.
No,
If you
okay.
don't want to say it, then don't say anything.
But isn't he a public
So whatever
figure?
he did, doesn't matter what he did. It's his
Man
private
up.
life.
But isn't he a public figure?
He's not a public
Because
figure.
he got
You
Not
can't
anymore.
let
He's
go
not.
from the mailman.
Everybody's a public figure.
The reality is, if you put
That's
yourself
what the
all the way
internet's
out
about.
there, you're there.
No,
No, you can't-
shouldn't be able to hide. That's
No.
just
Give me a break.
No.
break.
The thing is, if they're
hide?
spreading
Love buying
defamatory
cars?
content, they
You
should
don't
be.
hide, but go ahead.
Ian, are you saying that you think it's totally okay for somebody to
Spineless little
make
creep?
defamatory false
I think the
remarks?
reality,
Don't talk about Ian that
the
way.
funniest thing to me about all this stuff is that people are out there on the internet. They figure that people can't say things. The reality is they can. Now, is it right that these people don't identify themselves? No, but there are people out there called the government who does this all the time and doesn't identify themselves. So why is it different online?
Well, the
for
difference,
anybody else?
the difference here is that
Let's not go down the conspiracy
Yeah,
rabbit
okay.
hole. I just wanted to jump in there because that's for show too.
But
By the way, they are watching what you do. Just
Well,
in
did you
case
hear
they
what?
wanted to know.
Did
I
you
know.
hear about
I
Facebook?
flash
of course
them all
they
the
are.
time.
But the
Facebook.
point- Okay, go ahead.
Oh, Facebook won a court battle for typo squatters for people who get like Dacebook.com and domains like are similar to Facebook. They won their battle in California court. They got awarded 100 domains and $2.8 million in damages.
All right, you
They
go
give that back
Facebook.
to the stockholders who bought their stock.
Oh, baby.
That's how they're making their money, Ian. Give them a break. There's a lot of pressure.
Got to make money somehow.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
going back to the Brian Burke case, I mean, you think about it. If a journalist can't get away with that, why can some Joe Schmo on the internet with
Exactly.
being able to hide?
Yeah.
That's the
when
difference.
does it just become slander?
No, the
It
thing.
became slander because he was let go of the Maple Leafs.
No, I know, but
And-
it's like it is
But the
just
problem
slander.
is that social media people are hiding behind their monikers and they're saying you were fired because of this alleged affair, which may or may not be true.
Yeah.
If it isn't true, then it's wrong to be able to say it. A journalist could not get away with that. They have to be able to verify their sources and they have to have legitimate information before they print it.
And I just want to jump here for our listeners. The word moniker is not the small glass thing that goes around one
that's a
eye.
monocle.
Monocle.
Well, some people don't know.
Yeah,
You know, we
okay.
have a very wide audience.
Some
a lot
of them are
Americans.
dyslexic.
I strongly believe in the concept of you being able to face your accuser, which in this case is impossible because you're just, facing some
Yeah, I mean,
alias.
that would be the next thing is like people that disses other people on Saturday night you could watch and then they would have a big ring and they'd beat the shit out of each other.
It's
And-
called UFC.
So do
I like the idea of lions, but never mind.
we know this Mr. Burke? Did he actually have an affair?
Wow, listen to
well,
that
I
accent.
mean-
That's our British
Are
correspondent.
they going to fire him anyway? I mean, that was the other question.
Yeah,
But I
right.
mean,
okay, but no,
did he have an affair?
He's saying that he didn't.
I don't
He's
think.
saying he didn't, so there's no evidence that he did.
And the woman
Except
is
for
saying
the
that
photographs.
she didn't as well.
Right, okay.
So there's no evidence.
So there was a similar case in
I
the
saw a
UK where the
cartoon.
BBC did a documentary about child abuse at a care home, and they made a suggestion as to who it might be, and then people on social media, Twitter, etc., identified who they thought it was going to be, and it was an ex-politician.
It was
And
Tony
that-
Blair, wasn't it?
It well, actually wasn't, surprisingly.
Margaret Thatcher? Margaret Thatcher?
No,
She's dead
surprisingly
now.
also.
No, her butler.
Anyway, so this gentleman was slandered, defamed. I'm never sure which way around it was. And he actually went after these people on social media, anyone who then retweeted what was said about him. I'm not entirely sure where it got to, but he was, as I understand it in the UK, on fairly strong legal grounds with these people. And it was one of those first major cases where people who were saying something about a guy that simply wasn't true were actually being hunted down individually. And ultimately, I think what he settled for was he just wanted an apology from each of these people that retweeted. And I think that's entirely reasonable. That if people are going to be saying something which is absolutely, completely untrue about someone, then there has to be some comeback on that.
Okay, and I just want to jump in here for all our listeners. That was an Australian accent.
Just to clarify.
So it's a little out of a...
Which I
Yeah,
find
Bob's
interesting.
dyslexia translates into geography as well.
Which I find interesting. If you have somebody in school where one person talks bad about another person and makes their life hell, they're considered a bully, and
Yep.
the entire society goes like, oh my God, you can't bully and you can't talk about people when it's not true. But then all of a sudden on social media, it's okay.
Well,
no,
it's
they call
trolls.
them. They call them trolls.
Trolls.
Right, and then you
Yeah.
get fired just because some people trash talked you and you had no influence on it whatsoever. Like, that's Middle Ages. Oh, he's
No.
guilty. Okay, hang him.
Yeah, but that, once
But that's
again...
not
let's
to
go-
say. That's not to say that's why he was fired. That's just what he said.
But the thing is,
No, but
that if you
okay,
go all the
but
way back to the beginning, we were
let's just
talking about
assume
how
that
the
that's what it
law
was.
is
because
behind
potentially
the
this
able.
is a situation that could happen, right? So it doesn't matter what happened. We're just talking about an issue that there are these things happening. So, what do you think the solution is?
newer laws.
Hang them all. Hang them all.
Okay, but before
them to
social
China.
media, in maybe Saskatchewan, maybe Manitoba, I can't remember, there was a whole family. In fact, there were two families, and I don't remember what kind of years it was, but it was a long time ago, where the two families were. There was, I think, one family that started out to slander them, to say that there was child abuse, and everybody jumped on board. And there was like the two whole families were thrown in jail for some period of time until somebody realized one of these little cherubs had, been smoking something and made it up.
Yeah,
And in
yeah.
the end, and I don't remember their names, but I would have looked it up on Google if I'd known we were talking about this. But that had nothing to do with social media, but lots of people slandered them, from the little cherubs all the way up to their parents to the name just bubbled up and went back down again. Anyway,
Have you guys seen The Experiment, the movie? Yeah. I think that gives a very good example. The movie The Experiment, for who hasn't seen it, it's a social experiment done in like the basement of a university or something, where they hire a bunch of people and they get separated into guards and into inmates, and they have like an artificial jail down there. And as the story of the movie progresses, it shows how the guards get totally like dictators, and they lock people in boxes and they go completely bananas, and this entire experiment completely goes off the...
But it was a documentary. It wasn't a movie. It wasn't fictitious. It was
there's
real.
an-
It was a
yes,
real
but
thing.
they're like a movie here and a movie in Germany that was
You mean
scripted about
Kim
it.
Jong Il is
Yeah,
actually
it
real
was,
then?
it was the Stanford prison experiment back in about 1967,
Something,
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Very
absolutely
famous.
fascinating to watch, and that is pretty much what is happening on social media. It's the same kind of dynamics that breaks out in people that, if given power, they'll abuse it.
That person that
That's
was just
human
speaking
nature.
is actually the Dotless Maven. He
Oh,
was, he was away in China. And he's back.
That's a British accent for all the people I've taken score.
What about Kim Jong Il? Is he qualified?
Well, he does have a Twitter account.
Sorry.
Oh, yes.
He's like, nah, you all will die. But his accent, it comes out really weird because he has an Android. So, what is this
he's-
gibberish? It
he's
sounds
so
like
rolling.
Korean.
But
Hang on.
actually, so the idea that they should have to be responsible, I think everybody agrees they should be responsible. The internet has the internet culture has been that you can hide behind something. You can be anonymous.
Yep.
I didn't say it's right. I'm just saying that has for a
I don't-
long
I
you know
don't-
what I'm finding?
I don't have a problem with being anonymous on the internet. I have a problem with committing a crime anonymously. And
Or anything
defaming
negative.
someone.
If you're going to
or
commit a
making
crime, I would
But
recommend being
more and
anonymous.
more-
I mean, crime 101. Be anonymous. Rule
But
1.
Yeah, well, of course. But what I'm saying is that if you were to
Crime 101.
if you were to defame someone on completely
Bob 101, be anonymous.
unfounded accusations on somebody online and did it publicly, they're going to sue you, right? But if you do it anonymously,
if you apologize online, that means for basically having an argument, that's called deflaming. But sorry, I just came into my mind.
Flaming?
And flaming has been an internet
Nothing to do
right.
with being
Call
gay.
it whatever you like.
When did Marcel get here?
I know. Speaking of flaming,
Okay, and I think we should get off this topic, but I just
Yeah.
want
Okay, so
one
there's-
more
Well,
thing.
just one more thing.
If
Oh.
you're going to
two.
support being anonymous, then I don't think you get to the right to say you can be anonymous only if you're what I consider good.
Shouldn't you get one of those masks first? One of those.
so if you're
Oh,
if you're a good person, you can be anonymous.
If you
No,
want
I don't think you can be anonymous.
One thing I'm
I
finding,
don't think
though,
you should be.
I don't know
think-
if you guys are finding this, but a lot of places are forcing you to sign in with Facebook before you leave a comment.
oh,
I know.
isn't that sick?
That's
I just
true.
won't leave a comment then. It's like
No, I
Facebook
don't
doesn't
either.
have
Or your
to
name
have
and
anything
name
to
and
do with
telephone
it.
number and
Once
stuff.
they strip all your information, just so you know.
No, I know, but I think
So just
I think
fake
part of
your-
what they were originally trying to do is to, especially like the newspapers, and they were trying to force people to not be anonymous.
Yeah,
No,
and
they were trying to
YouTube-
get their
Yeah.
information. It's capture. That's all it is.
That's right.
I'm fine with giving my name and my email address, but it doesn't have to have anything to do with Facebook.
No,
Yeah,
but
that's too
it's
personal.
also
I have a
YouTube.
lot of them.
YouTube is trying to get you to use your real name so that it
Yeah,
reduces.
I won't do that because I have 8 personas that
What's
I
your-
use all
what's
the
your
Do you have
time.
the mask? Do you have the mask yet?
There's medication against that, Bonnie.
Well, one issue.
What happens if you're schizophrenic? Can you have
I don't
two
want
G plus
everybody
accounts?
sending crap to my one email address.
No, one issue is
Spam yourself. It's not a good idea.
All right, Sanj.
One issue is information capture, like Ian said. But
Yeah.
from a developer perspective, I like signing in with Facebook because all SEO guys used to do comment spam.
Yeah, but do you know what they can strip when you do that? You have any idea? They can strip everything out of your account. You don't even know about it.
Not everything.
I've
really.
already seen
No.
demos, so I know this goes
No,
on.
well, I wouldn't go that far.
Well, it's
but-
more black hat. That
Well,
Yeah, they
it's
get your
possible.
they get your email address.
They
Your
get
name.
everything that's on. They can
Your
strip out of
birthday.
it.
Let's face it. If you put anything on the internet,
It's wide open, baby.
You're gonna get Sanj, Bob. Oh my God!
It's like having sex without a condom.
Well, actually, it's just like having sex with a condom, except the condom is faulty, and that is the problem people have. It's like, oh no, I'm safe.
Yeah,
I'm
the
safe. I'm
illusion
safe. But
of privacy,
that
the
is
illusion
the
of
problem.
safety.
If everybody thought it's like,
no
no, if
such
you
thing.
put it on the internet, guaranteed this will get published, guaranteed, and then they say, oh well, I'm not going to be an asshole.
I think
Well,
we're going down
speaking
a rabbit hole.
Oh, God,
Yeah, one more topic.
Damn it! I
No,
hate
we're
when
way
that
down the
happens.
rabbit hole.
One more topic before
All right.
we close off this.
What are we going to
show.
talk about? Pizza?
In the UK,
Damn it!
if you live in Britain and you have a
bloody Brits
Instagram
again.
account
Ooh, yeah.
Should we have our Brit comment?
and you post your pictures to Instagram, you no longer own them.
I'm an Aussie.
yeah.
And what made Instagram in Britain so much different from Facebook then?
Oh, Facebook is as well.
It's the act.
thing?
No,
and
it's
Flickr, any online.
any of that.
Rules and
Yeah.
regulations in
well,
Britain.
Yeah.
it's the slang and the accent too.
But
Because bollocks, tosser. I mean, like, what the hell is this? Some foreign language?
yeah, the same law would apply to any social. show.
Wanker.
Oh, as,
yeah,
as
yeah.
Bonnie pointed out, I have a framing comment that if you're using a service and it's free, it's because you're the product.
Yeah, but
Thank
not just
you,
that.
Bonnie.
But we're not.
No,
We're not
that's
talking
Margaret.
about. We're not talking about Instagram owning. We're talking about anybody doing a search, finding your picture, and can use it, unless you've got some kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Mark
you
on
can't.
it.
You
Still
can't.
applies.
You can't own it
Well, it's
anyway.
not just-
how
it's-
are you gonna track those people down?
You're not licensed. You don't keep
Well,
the
in the
license
U.S.,
on
you
Instagram.
here you can't
Good
do
luck.
that.
The best thing you can do is anything you're going to upload to any Facebook or anything, make sure that it's the lowest possible resolution ever. So if anybody does want to try and steal it and use it, it's absolute shit.
Well, unless it's porn.
But it's not. But
Those guys don't let you steal anything.
Here's Bobby's porn. Nobody wants to watch it.
Just
Two views.
Go figure.
But it's not just the topic of if I upload my picture to Facebook. Like anything that is like internet content and who owns it is so ridiculously blurry. Like
Nobody owns it.
There's so many cases where a company hires a web designer to do their website. The web designer signs up the domain because the person who hires it has no idea. They sign up the domain, they create the website, the client pays for it, but unless there is an explicit written agreement between the web designer and the company who bought it, that the content gets transferred from the web designer to the company, only because they paid for it doesn't mean they own it.
Well, that's with everything.
Totally agree.
But does the web designer own it either? I mean, that's the other question. They probably got it somewhere else.
Ian, what happened recently is we got called by a notary public to do her website. We put a bid on it. She said you were too expensive because I was including content, and she said goodbye. She had hired somebody else, did the website. And then within a week, Getty Images sent her a notice saying, take all the images down, because she had essentially copied all stock photography
Actually,
images for her.
she's lucky that they did that.
That's correct.
Because they could have waited.
Absolutely.
And charge her $100,000.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and charge her for years of use.
That's precisely what I told her. Is like, just keep your mouth shut, take them down, or suspend your website, and we'll put something in and we'll do some damage control. But going back to, is it Paula?
Micah.
Oh, sorry.
You just killed all the mics.
Plug it back in.
Marcel. Killed the mics. How do you feel about
It was Byron.
Okay.
It was Byron.
In terms of
it was his
like
rock and roll
content,
boyfriend. What can I say? He's an animal.
Andrew made a comment about you can actually put in meta tags that will keep Google images out of your website. So if you have images on your website that you don't want Google to archive in their Google images, you can put specific tags. You can just Google it, and you'll keep all your images safe.
But there was a company, actually, I went to, I think, were you there for the .tel meetup when they talked about this? Bonnie?
I don't remember. I stopped doing that 3 years ago.
This was a while ago.
Oh, okay. I was probably there then.
Yeah, they talked about this, and there's a company, it's not Getty, but I think they're owned by Getty now, that actually on their website they say they rent out pictures.
Are you talking about
and
iPhoto?
They put this no. They put this ridiculously high price that no one would ever pay. Like these pictures are $500 a month to rent in high quality, and then so they just put them up there, and people find them on a Google image search and use them on their website, and they wait for years until the website's profitable, and then they hit them up and say, you owe us $250,000 because if you had been renting this the whole time like you were supposed to, and then they end up, of course, not paying that, they settle for like $20,000 or something like that. But this company is making millions of dollars just by basically ripping people off.
Yeah, but if you're
entrapment,
who buys
I love it. I think it's a great idea. Love it. Love it.
I knew Ian would
love
like
it.
Okay, so the thing is, though, who buys a Getty image? I remember back in the day, I would be paying $800, $900, $1,000 for an image for use in publishing. This is like 12, 14 years ago. These days, I use like 3 or 4 sites. iPhoto is one of them.
Stick
and
figure?
It's like $4 or $5 or $10 or $15 or $20 for a large. And I always click, not copyright, but what's that thing free?
Creative Commons.
Basically Creative Commons. Royalty free. Then I take it, and I put it, and I strip out all the metadata because I don't want them using my metadata, their metadata attached to my photographs and my website to get kudos for it. And I put it up, and they come back to me anytime they want. He's like, "Oh yeah, I paid $7 for this. How much are you going to sue me?" $7. Okay, I'll give you another $12. Go away. But if you're using stuff off of the internet like Google image search, you don't know how much that image is worth. Is it $1,000 a usage image or is it not? That's the
just make sure you have a license.
I never
for
took
it.
this seriously before, but now if you're going to steal images for your personal blog, go right ahead. I mean, that's your personal choice. But for your business
Just buy
website,
it, pay it.
do not
Absolutely.
get it. I agree with Bob.
$10.
Don't buy from Getty's. You'll pay $800, $900, but get it from an intermediate site. You'll get $5 or $10.
And also make sure that it's you that's buying it, because even if like if you bought it for a client,
Yes.
and you
Doesn't
put it on the
work.
client's website,
Yes.
then the client doesn't have the actual
bet.
license.
Yeah.
You bet.
And
You
it's
do.
so easy to do. You just
Absolutely.
get the client to start an account, and they just let you log in. Easy to
But
do.
you know what I do? I kind of cheat. When
You heard it here first. Sans cheats.
Like say for example, if I'm working on Andrew's website, and when I buy it from I use a website called Inmagine.com. Not a plug, just mentioning it.
Yeah.
Inmagine.com.
Plugs are okay.
Then I'll put my name.
Sneaky.
Obviously, the billing name is mine, but then for a company name, I'll put Andrews. So
Yeah.
at least it's got your
There's
base
some
covered.
paper trail.
Have you got an affiliate link?
Andrew's the fall guy.
We have
then.
one comment over here. You want to jump
Andrew's
in?
the fall guy then.
There's the story about a German online cookbook which has tons of recipes, and they Google imaged all the food pictures.
No.
Right, so when they first
Morons.
started up, they had their recipe there, and they had an image of the food, and they Google imaged them, all of them. They got sued from multiple sources so badly that the original company had to go out of business and declare bankrupt because they couldn't save themselves from all the suing.
Massive
So
litigation.
They
Yeah.
started a new company, a new complete database. They were not allowed to reuse anything from their previous website, including the recipes, and they had to start fresh with buying the images.
Wow.
Just
Why
didn't they
because
just take
they
their
had
own
no
pictures?
You just change the
idea.
recipe a little bit, right?
Well,
Yeah.
that's a major problem right now. Everybody's used to things being free
Free,
on the internet,
absolutely.
and it's just
People
sick.
just don't know.
Well,
and
they could
don't
always
even
change the
think about
recipe
it.
and cater to an American audience
Just
by
change a
adding
couple
salt
ingredients.
and
Yeah,
sugar.
change a couple
I was going
ingredients.
to say, 3 cups of salt and a half a cup of sugar. Yeah, it's a new recipe.
Or booze.
Yeah, drink with a lot of booze.
Just to note to what I said earlier, say for example, if you have a website like a photographer's website, for example, when they launch, if they don't have those meta tags put in to keep Google Images out,
Good point.
and you launch the website, and now the images are indexed by Google Images, and people copy it. Now you go in and put in those meta tags.
Too late.
Too late.
Yeah.
Those who have copied it, it's out.
Once
and
it's
about.
on the net, it's on the net.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound
Yeah.
of cure.
An ounce of
Better save than
pixels.
sorry.
All right, how much does a pixel weigh?
I don't know. It's pretty light.
I don't know.
It's expensive though for a Chromebook.
Oh, jeez. Here we go. Here we go. Let's trash the Chromebook.
We sort of
sure,
behaved
sure,
ourselves.
sure, sure.
What the hell is going on?
All right.
No, hey, let's wrap the damn show up.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Okay,
God,
so
I'm
if you
getting
want to
drunk.
call us like Ricky did to ask that podcasting
Where's Norm?
question,
Ricky did.
call
What about
1-877-636-1474.
And don't forget to go down to the liquor store and buy some Okanagan Spring beer and drink it.
And if you're in the US,
Responsibly.
if you're in the US, go to your local bottle shop, as they call them, and request it. You
He
can
said,
request
God
them
damn it,
to
I want some black.
import it. So you want
Beer,
Brewmaster
beer.
Black. Brewmaster Black.
Yeah, especially if you're down south. Don't be going in there and yelling, I need some black and I need it now. You get in trouble.
Good night, folks.
I need some of that Negro beer. Oh, he does it again. Stop him.
Somebody has to.
Hey, come on. 60% of our audience is in Asia.